What is going on, guys? It is your boy Aaron Doucette here. Hi. And guess what, guys? Ip Man 4 is coming soon, so get ready. That is right, guys. I am a big Ip Man fan, and today we are going to be talking about all of the Ip Man feature films, and we will dive into the new Ip Man 4 that will be coming out next year, which is played by Donnie Yen. Guys, this is going to be incredible, so let's go ahead and hop into this. Let's do this, baby. Wing Chun. Now I have to first start off and say that I am a huge, big fan of the Ip Man feature film movies. This is definitely one of the top martial arts film, if not my favorite martial arts film of all time. Why? Because this movie is based on the traditional style Wing Chun Ip Man, who is the original teacher of Bruce Lee. Guys, you get to learn so much history and tradition and just a lot about their Chinese culture in these films, and I love it. What's great about these films is that each one gets better and better. You know, it's not a feature film that just has, you know, part 2 and part 3 that doesn't match up to part 1. No, guys, part 2 and part 3 are just as good, if not better, than the first Ip Man. So guys, what we're gonna do, we are going to dive in and talk about all of these great Ip Man films, and we are going to get excited and pumped for the new Ip Man 4 that is going to be coming soon. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Let's do this. Wing Chun. Okay, so we have to start off with the very first Ip Man. Now guys, when I first saw this movie, I kept saying IP Man. I kept saying IP Man, and then I watched the film, and then I would see them pronounce it Ip Man. Sometimes they would even say Yip Man, or they'd be like Ip Man, you know? So to be honest, I think the correct pronunciation is Ip Man, but hey, if you guys want to say IP Man, feel free, because sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I still say IP Man a lot, but it is definitely pronounced Ip Man. Now, in the first film, it is incredible. You get a beautiful introduction to who he is and where he originates from. Now, Ip Man is from a town called Foshan. I hope I am pronouncing that right, but that's where he is from, and that's where his style was first created. He had a very incredible rep for his style of teachings, which is the Wing Chun style, which became very popular in that town. Now, in the first film, you see the Japanese invade China, and there's a war that starts. So what happens? You got your boy Ip Man, who defeats the Japanese general and actually takes down 10 people at one time, guys. He takes down 10 people at one time. That is beyond my favorite scene from the first movie, when he takes down 10 people from one time. It's really crazy because he witnesses his first master that he allowed to become a master in that town be shot and killed just because the guy, you know, wanted more bags of rice, and he tried to take on an extra, you know, 3 more people, but he couldn't do it. What happened? The general's assistant shot him. He died right there in front of Ip Man. So you already know what that happened. That boiled Ip Man, and he had to serve justice right then and there. And with his hands, he used the Wing Chun style and defeated 10 people at one time. That was insane, and by far my favorite part of the entire movie. Now guys, I have to say the first movie is just incredible because you get an introduction to who Ip Man is, and you definitely cannot watch the second or third one without watching the first one first. Now they're still great films, but you gotta understand where he comes from, where the story originates from before you dive into, you know, the second one and the third one. First one is by far amazing, and they really did a really good job. Donnie Yen plays this character so amazing. I mean, I'm just excited for the fourth one just to see him like appear in it, just because his presence is so awesome. Alright guys, we're gonna go ahead and dive into Ip Man 2 and talk about our favorite parts in this fantastic sequel to the first Ip Man. Are you guys ready? Let's do this. Now guys, Ip Man 2 is a miraculous upgrade to the first one. Why? Because you actually see Donnie Yen playing Ip Man, traveling to Hong Kong, starting a new life. So what does he do when he gets to Hong Kong? Check this out guys. He actually has to fight and take on combat with the other masters there to stake his ground there and to become a certified master in Hong Kong. You know, they have never heard of his Wing Chun style, and they have no idea, you know, who this guy is. And it's really funny to me because, you know, I'm such a, you know, Ip Man fan that every time I see him in all these different scenes, I'm like, oh man, something's crazy is gonna happen. Like, they don't know how badass this guy really is. And the other masters, you know, see him as a joke at first. They're like, Ip Man, you know, that's such a funny name. But it's funny because none of the masters can knock him off the table. And when he finally, you know, battles the ultimate master, the head honcho, you know, they actually split the table in half, you know, so it's an epic scene, an epic battle, and it's like the upgrade of adrenaline rush that you need to a sequel, you know, of a martial arts film. It's incredible, guys. That scene is by far my favorite.
師傅，
各位師傅，呢個就係葉問，佢想喺香港開宗立派，所以嚟呢度以武會友。
It's incredible, guys. That scene is by far one of my favorites in Ip Man 2. Now guys, the second feature film actually takes way more of a cultural twist, and it has way more meaning to it, I feel. Why? Because it's dealing with the culture of China. I mean, they actually have Western foreign boxers that are coming into China, and they're putting on shows, you know, and they're actually competing against the, you know, Chinese martial artists. Not at first, but that's what eventually happens. And once their culture is disrespected by this, you know, Western boxer whose name is Twister, so what happened, guys? He tempts the head master to challenge him. At first, you know, the guy just wants an apology. You know, how are you coming into our territory, disrespecting our culture, you know, our fighting style, calling it dancing? And what does Twister say? You know, he's super arrogant, super cocky, and he's like,
I don't have to apologize. You know, apologize. If I have to do that, I'll be apologizing every day.
But he actually wins. Twister actually kills the head honcho master, which is Master Hung. You know, and it's crazy because all of his disciples, all of his students, even Ip Man, Donnie Yen, you know, told him, you know, to just fall down, you know, to just give it up. It's not worth dying. And you got to remember, guys, this is like back in the 1950s. You know, at this time, you know, everything means a lot more to you because you're on the rise. You're trying to build up. You're trying to set the foundation. You know, so having their, you know, Chinese martial arts culture disrespected by a Western foreigner boxer from the UK, that was the utmost disrespectful thing to have happened. And he ends up killing Master Hung. So what happens? Your boy Ip Man walks up to Twister and challenges him to a fight, but he has yet to face the hands of the Wing Chun by Donnie Yen, which is Ip Man. And how does he take him out? He uses the cleanest style of all time. He knows that his rib cages are too strong, so what does he do? He takes out his muscles, his biceps, literally, and leaves Twister helpless, where he can't do anything, and he's shaking his arms, and by that time it's over. About 5 punches, done. And it's finished just like that. Ip Man defeats Twister and regains China's respect and national respect because the entire world was watching.
Fight! 葉師傅中咗龍捲風一下又重錘，應聲倒地啊！起身！起身！起身！起身啊，師傅！唔可以俾啲鬼佬睇我哋唔起嘅。為生活我可以忍，但係冇用我哋中國武術就唔得。Three， 師傅，起身 ！Four， 5， 6， 7。You okay? You okay? Let's do it! Fight! 洪師傅，唔好同佢搏拳，試下入去中路啊！唔係咁易嘅。
style is all about peace, not intimidation. Ip Man does not, teach his style to intimidate others. He teaches love. He teaches peace. He wants his students and his disciples to be peaceful, but at the same time, be able to defend themselves in the best martial artist style, to have ever been created. And that is Ip Man with the Wing Chun style. And he defeats Twister and gets China's respect back and just amazing worldwide glory, reputation right in front of everyone. Okay, so now we have to get into the final Ip Man 3. Now this, guys, was crazy. Why? Because Donnie Yen went the extra mile in this one. They actually got your boy Mike Tyson in this. They have Mike Tyson in this, and he's sparring against Donnie Yen, Ip Man, where Mike Tyson is the head boss who's running things in this film, and he actually bumps heads with Donnie Yen as Ip Man, so that is crazy. Now guys, in my opinion, the third and most recent Ip Man 3 feature film, to me, it is all about respecting your elders and knowing when it's your time and just being humble. In this film, we see a young, guy who is growing up with the style of the Wing Chun. I mean, this guy does the Wing Chun and he's really good at it, but the problem is he thinks that he's better than Ip Man, and he also thinks that Ip Man's style is not unique. He doesn't think it's traditional. He thinks that he is better than Ip Man, and he actually has the audacity to challenge Ip Man. But before that can even happen, he actually gets to fight together with Ip Man, and he witnesses his style. And from that perception, that gave him the, confidence and the comfort that he was actually better than Ip Man. When no, sorry, Bob. It just turns into a big twist, and you can just feel their tension from the beginning of the film, just knowing that they are going to battle it out at one point in this film. Now guys, if you were not aware, Ip Man is actually the original teacher of your boy, Bruce Lee. Yes guys, Bruce Lee's teacher is actually Ip Man, and we see a scene with Bruce Lee in the third feature film that is incredible. It is at the beginning of the movie where Bruce Lee actually enters in Master Ip Man's house and requests to be trained. So what happens? They have a really quick session. You really get a glimpse of how the bond and the connection was between Ip Man and Bruce Lee. So I'm really hoping that we get some more Bruce Lee footage in Ip Man 4. That would be incredible.
葉師傅，早晨。唔早啊。葉師傅係我啊，你唔認得我？小龍啊，我細個揾你教功夫，你叫我大個先嚟，我今日嚟正式拜師嘅。
咁點解今日我要收你呢？
因為我將會係你最勁嗰徒弟。
憑咩咁諗啊？
因為我個快。
有幾快啊？夠快喎，靚仔！有冇得再快啲？
But that scene was incredible, guys, and definitely an amazing sneak peek of what could be to come in Ip Man 4. Now in the third film, his older son has already grown up and he's already left to school. Now his second son is in elementary school, and Ip Man actually has to guard and become a security, guard for the school in this film because, the gangs under Mike Tyson are trying to buy the school and, do whatever they want with it. So you have Ip Man fighting off, Mike Tyson's gangs, all these battles and all these things that happen until finally, the moment of truth, we have Ip Man, Mike Tyson, and they finally officially battle it out, guys, for an entire 3 full minutes. Now guys, you might not think 3 minutes is a long time, but you watch this fight scene and you're like, oh my goodness, like anything can happen. You got Mike Tyson's, super strength with boxing, and then you have, Ip Man with the amazing, Wing Chun style. It's very interesting because you get to see how two powerful fighters, just kind of bump heads and then ease off and respect each other and respect what each other has given. When you make a deal's a deal. He lasted 3 minutes, and it is what it is. It's an incredible fight, and probably I would definitely say one of the peaks of this entire film. And all right, guys, finally in the final fight scene, guys, we have the young veteran who already considers himself a grandmaster of Wing Chun. Can you guys believe that? Huh? He hasn't even officially fought Ip Man, and he's already considered himself a grandmaster of the Wing Chun. Like, really? Are you kidding me? Just because, Ip Man didn't show up for a battle. Why? Because in this film, I don't want to spoil it for you guys, but he's dealing with personal things with his wife, so he misses the first challenge. But they eventually, are able to come together, and he finally, accepts his challenge at the very end, and they battle it out, and it's amazing. It's incredible. And what happens? Ip Man defeats him with the 1-inch punch. And guys, I mean, it is incredible. And the movie finishes in a very dramatic way, guys, and you learn a very, valuable lesson with this film. And that's why I love all of Ip Man's films, because you learn so many lessons in these films. You really get to see how the Chinese culture is just so spiritual and it's just so peaceful. It is unbelievable. I mean, I'm just right now, like I'm about to go take me, Wing Chun, class. So, hey. Now guys, you are going to want to be following Donnie Yen on Instagram. Why? Because he keeps you guys up to date with everything that they are doing. Right now, they are in the middle of filming Ip Man 4 right now in China, and it is set to release. The earliest would be next year of 2019, and the latest being the end of the year of 2019. So you guys are going to want to check this out. Now, if you guys like me talking about and just chatting about these amazing Ip Man films, please leave a like on this video, comment down below what you guys would like to see, and subscribe to the channel for amazing daily content. Now your boy is gonna be out here today, but it's gonna be Wing Chun, Ip Man style. You guys ready for this? Here we go. My name is Aaron Doucette, 係。